that. Let's see if that pops up. It should. Hopefully my connection's not going to be all dumb today. I'm hoping. For some reason, these Wednesday mornings just does not like my internet connection.
You're just gonna jinx yourself with this, right?
Knock on wood. All right. For the continuing sessions of Kingmaker, how about one of you fine individuals give me a recap, recall what occurred, what happened, what occurred last session? Someone, take it away. I mean, don't be shy. What if you can do it?
I felt like I did it last time, so I'm trying to let other people have the board on this.
So last session, we came upon a lot of the guards and militia at the main hall where we once dined. Tables have been moved about and used as blockades. We learn that we are surrounded on all sides. There's smoke coming from the western side. Yep, west. I know my left and right. We inform the guy who looks like he has the most authority there about the repentant frost giant. And we're told that Lady Jamandi has taken her own squad down west. And they hadn't returned yet, so we make pursuit, go into the smoke-filled hallways, only to find a collapsed Kitsune. Upon waking him up, he joins a little group, and we proceed to attempt to put out the fires. I get KO'd immediately.
Yeah, you did.
Mm-hmm. As we continue along the hallway, putting out the fires, seeing what we can salvage, we come upon a room with a elf that's passed out from. At first, we thought alcohol. No, she had just been clubbed over the head. And the room directly adjacent to that, which we nearly missed if it wasn't for some keen hearing. Turns out Jayfall was being held hostage by two black tears and two muck tier black tears, and a guy that's another black tier that's more well equipped. His name was Nishkiv. We mopped the floor with them, not before they seemingly killed Jayfall. That's when we learned that Jayfall is actually undead, though. So,
Indeed.
Thank God, Lindsay came to the rescue with Soothe, because I was not rolling good medicine. And we knocked out Nishkiv. One of the other black tears just bolted it, ran out the window. Jayfall took Nishkiv back to the main hall for questioning. And we continued on to the scene before us now. Lady Jamandi fighting, I think, 2 frost giants.
2 very, very large frost giants.
Yep, from my angle, I see 1. And I guess these 3 black tears were just watching it unfold, but now they've got us to deal with, so good luck to them. Ooh, I did a thing by accident.
All right. Fantastic. Everyone, On the character sheets, reset everything to 1 hero point if you so please.
Honored!
And as mentioned, you see that this large room, I'll just go give a recap of the room itself, was a large recessed area that sits in the floor of this big chamber with racks of practice blades and stands holding suits of padded armor. And in the middle of it are many, many dead bodies of guards, Jamandi's manor guards, many black tier cutthroats, a dead ogre in the room. But of most tell is that standing in the northwest corner, Jamandi with her sword, curved blade, the sword lord she is, two large frost giants battle each other for life and death. And watching them waiting to get in a blow was three more black tears. But when you open the door, they turn around and see you. And that is where Jamandi yells out, "She's the leader! Help us kill them!" And they look at you and the leader, the woman with the very large axe, has a smile on her face, has that axe at the ready, and she looks at all of you as you move in to engage. This is going to immediately open up into a fight. Everyone, go ahead and open up your combat tracker. And if you so please, perception as your initiative. Everyone, roll.
Let's go!
Initiative. Nice, Raphael. Well, Rabbit, sorry for your one over there. And 4 gram.
Ouch.
I don't want to move slow. See, how's Lindsay doing? Ooh, nice roll for Lindsay. How are mine?
Rabbit, you wanted to do stealth initiative, didn't you?
I thought I couldn't do that last time. But oh well.
I don't remember a GM saying that you couldn't do stealth.
I even rolled with stealth, so yeah.
Did you roll a stealth? You did. So yeah, you already rolled. That's fine. Just that one. But as it is, we now start today's game with what seems to be the perpetrators, the individuals that are leading this charge upon Jamandi's manor. And so cue the music for this fight. As this cutthroat sees you, Gilly, and one action just throws the dagger they have in hand at you.
Great.
Which does hit for 6 damage.
4. It's piercing damage, right?
It is piercing damage, yes.
4 damage then.
All right.
Take.
Yeah, I'll do it for you. Oh, there you go.
And I'll heal 2 of the damage.
All right.
Because Gilly drank the Barkskin potion, so she's covered in this
Gotcha.
bark.
All right. On top of that, the black coat then grabs a hand crossbow, moves over to the side, and fires another shot at you, Gilly. And hits. That's what's coming from the other individual, but we'll go with it. And only 1 damage. Hits
Zero
part of the door frame.
I, for some reason, thought that switching to another weapon is another action. Is that not right?
Yeah, through weapon. Okay, so can't move, so stays there. Yeah, so through the dagger, drew the crossbow, fired. See, I couldn't move. My apologies, correct me on those things, because I'm just going with the flow. All right, Urifield, it is on you. Take it away, sir.
Okay. feet. It's perfect. Okay. I'm not gonna waste any time.
All right. Before you do anything, okay, target. Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you.
Tanglefoot on here.
Hit that
Immediately.
attack roll.
Let's go.
Well, it hits. It will miss. Want to hero point that?
Is it worth it? First roll. Is it
First
worth
roll
it?
in the game.
No, what? Let's do it. Let's do it.
Just got it. Good job. You watch as these roots start to tangle around her, making her a little bit slower. She's caught in it right now. Fantastic. If you have one more action, what do you want to do?
Just gonna step, I think.
All right.
Get out of dodge.
All right. Pass your turn to refill, please.
Back to the wall.
All right. Lindsay, on her action, the companion you all befriended, she will immediately do Inspire Courage, placing it here, and everyone is going to go ahead and get the effect. Everyone, go ahead and drag the spell effect to your character, please.
Does this work?
Yeah, drag the spell effect Inspire Courage from the chat onto your character token.
Got it.
Fantastic. All right.
Oh, he can get a nice glow to us. That's cool.
Yep, got some effects going on now. All right, that was one action. Second action, she is going to have her short bow at the ready, and then fire a shot at this black tear cutthroat right there. Let's see how
Does she
well.
not also get Inspire Courage?
Hmm?
I don't remember.
She just
Does
has
this Lindsay?
Sorry,
Okay.
repeat that? Yeah, just this one. She fires a spot with the short bow, which does hit. Does 5 damage to that black tear. Goes to the black tear that just got hit. He's angry, but he sees Gilly. He is going to also throw his dagger at Gilly. Which will hit. Gilly, 6. Reduce it how you want.
4 damage.
Then he is
Take
also
off.
going to draw his crossbow. He's going to move back but not fire. Going to Gilly. It's on you.
So, Gilly took a fair bit of damage in this whole exchange. So her plan of just running in there... Did he just disappear? I'm not seeing him.
Nope. He moved a little bit to the southwest.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Oh, you changed our pings. Cool.
I upgraded to version 10 of Foundry, which did break some other stuff I've been using. So there'll be some changes I'll talk about a little bit later.
Nice.
So, I think Gilly would, after her brush with death, a few minutes before, she will probably play it cautiously and with her first action take out the healing potion and with her second action chug it.
Gotcha.
Before that, I have a question.
Yes.
Is this pit in the middle?
Mm-hmm.
Would it be easy to like jump down here?
Oh, it's only like 3 feet down, 2-3 feet. So yeah, you can just.
Yes,
move down.
so my whole
It's not a
body
cliff.
height.
You're not gonna fall to your doom going down that 2-foot drop.
Then it's good. All right, so with 2 actions, using the healing potion.
Gotcha.
1 second. I just roll this.
Nice.
All right, so I'm healed up. Now, throw that away. Shatters on the ground. And now with my last action, I can move in here. I've been thinking just everyone will be staying back and I'll be on the front line and getting everything. So I think that's what Gilly would do. She would just go in there and at least be some sort of target. But kind of at least someone has to she'll try to be an obstacle
All right.
in front of everyone. Just that they have to move to her, so I want to move there.
All right. Fantastic, Gilly. Pass your turn, please, if you're finished.
Right. So enter.
And then we see the woman angrily, axe in hand, vines, roots entangling her and her feet. She just grimaces and pushes past it. She moves. They start to snap and break on her heels on her weapon, but she moves lessened speed to front of you, Gilly. Come here, halfling. And it's a cruel smile on her face. And she goes with a overhand smash onto you. All right, count as a. Let's see. Nope, so normal. Below. All right, comes in, swings, rolls a 2, misses. The axe comes down right on the ground next to you, just cracking into the ground. The blade sinking in like halfway, and she angrily pulls it back out. But that's her entire turn to do that. Graham, it's on you.
All right. Graham is first going to do a stratagem on this guy.
All right.
I think you want me to use this thing to roll it.
Right,
4. I don't think I want to use that there, so I'm going to position myself if I can. I'm going to move here first and then up 1 more. That'll be my full move. What?
There's a wall right here, so you can't move through the wall.
Okay. I'm going to move here and then move up. That'll be a total of 25. And then do a strike against this person instead, the leader.
Well, that'll definitely do a bit of damage. That's a bow
All
too.
right.
Nice. This is gonna hurt.
14 damage total.
She will take it, hit right in the shoulder, sticking out. Gets even more angry at that. Good job, Graham.
Yes, that should be my turn.
Rabbit, it's on you.
All right. Should I attack the Black Tears or go for? Oh wait, we can't even fight Frost Giants. I see. How far is he? 60 feet. I'm going to cast Intimidating Glare at the leader first.
You
Or
cast
try
glare.
to intimidate.
Do you throw your face at them?
I just yeet my face at them.
for it.
Intimidates.
She scans the battle. She looks at you, and she will not be affected by your intimidating glare, sir.
Ah, damn.
She is intimidating herself. She don't care about you.
In that case, I'm going to target the Black-Tear Cutthroat at the end of the map. And just fire my longbow.
Nice. It's a hit. Across the field, how much damage can you do, Revit? Enough to drop that foe to the ground. Gets pierced in the chest and falls over. Fantastic.
I have one more action left. And I'm just going to fire at the other black tier cutthroat.
All right. Oh, that one misses, fortunately. There's
Yeah,
a ground right next to him.
Turn.
All right. You watch as the battle's unfolding. Jemani's up in the top corner fighting these two hill giants, or these two frost giants. One of them comes in with an overarching swing with its axe, hits the ground right next to Jamandi. The blow diverted by her sword. As she parries the blow, her sword ignites on fire. Sparks fly everywhere. Pieces of fire, flame, spark, and then the blade, the axe hits the ground. She does a swing, keeping the momentum, and just slits the throat of the upper frost giant. He falls over onto his side, bleeding. Then she continues. So you see that she's looking at all of you, occasional quick glances as she focuses her attention on the single remaining frost giant. The black tier, though, sees Gilly fighting his leader, sees Graham in the corner. He, at this point, is going to fire an arrow at Graham with the bow that he has. Let's see. So last action he fired. So he reloads the crossbow. First action. Second action, fires at Graham. And will hit. Graham, you get stuck for 1 damage. Angrily, pissed off, he throws the crossbow at you, Graham. We'll go with the improvised
throw. That's
Yeah.
cool.
So we'll use the dagger as the +2.
Oh.
So the crossbow hits you, and we'll do a d4 damage. Take 4 damage! The crossbow does more damage than the bolt itself. He's angry. Alright, Urfield, it's on you.
All right. On me.
Graham, take the damage.
5-foot step.
Take it! You haven't done it yet. Hit the
Oh,
button.
I typed it in. I didn't type.
Oh.
I didn't hit the button.
Gotcha,
Sorry.
Gotcha. Okay.
I didn't realize that we would be formatted as a damage.
Hit the ground right next to her.
All right. Took a 5-foot step and produced flame as 2 actions. That's my turn.
Alright. Lindsay is continue upkeeping the inspired courage. She is going to use her ability to, let's see, doesn't need to heal anyone. She's gonna go ahead and do a telekinetic projectile against Valimura. Oh, she is a bit in the way though. Let's see. What's going on here? What's going on? Alright. Yeah, I got that covered. Alright, she is going to go ahead and launch a bit of attacks at that woman. And I am killing my own people. That's fantastic. Small roll, though. Small roll. As the rock does hit her. And then that is it for Lindsay. Going to Gilly. This woman is angry in front of you. She is pissed off right now.
Gilly is just glad that she didn't run to the less armored members of her.
Luckily, she's being tickled by those roots still from Arifiel.
So I think Gilly will do 3 things. First, she is also trying to intimidate her, mostly by saying every single one in the West Wing will soon fall. And what was the like Nishkiv, and just try to intimidate. 1 second. Where is the skill?
Bring in the callback, Gilly. Let's go.
Let's go. intimidation. 12.
They're worthless. She's got that rage in her eyes.
Well, looks like she's not to be talked to. So, one strike with the long sword on her. Miss, and then put that shield up. I don't know where I can put the shield up. I will find that out.
There's a raised shield macro somewhere. Let's put that right there. Let's see if this works. Okay, I'll give you the macro in a second.
Wonderful. Thanks.
You're welcome. Alright, you wanna pass your turn?
Yes.
Alright. She now just kind of looks at you, she just screams, Gilly, in your face. She is extremely angry. And she even tried to do, if she can, and intimidate you. Although she's not too intimidating, but we'll try it anyways. We'll see if it might work. No, so yeah, she's just too beyond the anger. But she now goes in and again is going to try that overhand smash with her weapon. And see, this time, maybe the blow would be able to affect you. Let's see. This time, the blow comes in, hits you right in the shoulder, Gilly. This will be at +8 damage.
Alright. One thing, it's not a critical hit because I raised the shield, which is really good. I like it a lot.
But it's still gonna drop you.
Then I have a reaction. I think that would be good, and that's the shield block I can use. Second, so I raise my shield, and I prevent 5 of the damage, and
So it's still gonna be 18 damage to still your health.
what? Whereas you and the shield each take any damage remaining,
Yeah.
possibly breaking or destroying.
So you
God.
do. So even if you raise the shield, it's still gonna go and knock you down.
Wow. All right. So 18 damage, exactly my full health.
Your full health, yeah. If I rolled 1 less, you would have been fine. But I rolled 11 out of 12 on that D12, so yeah.
Ouch. All right, and my shield is broken. I think when it's at
Alright.
2.
So all of you watch as Gilly just raises that shield, as she comes in, and you see the shield just shatter into 2 pieces. The blade hitting Gilly and just instantly dropping her to the ground. And then she just steps on the back of Gilly, pulls the blade free, dripping blood, and just smiles at you, Riffiel, and she's done.
All right. Graham's turn. Graham's gonna try to do devise another stratagem, trying to target this one. He's 6 feet tall, 3 feet lower because of the indent. There's no wind here in the air right now at the moment. Most damage will be done to the chest. We'll take this roll. We'll
Alright.
do the strategic strike now.
So here's how I'm going to do this. Addie, go to the left-hand side of the screen, and
Yeah.
there should be a button on one of those that has like a D20 symbol. That's not the actual roll, the simple dice roller, but there should be a button that says like enable manor rolls.
Got it.
So click that to highlight it, and then click your attack, and it should bring up a dialog box, and just put in 12 for your attack,
Yes.
whatever you're going to do. If it didn't break from the update, it might have, possibly.
So that should be a strike. Throw in a 12. All right. So that should
Fantastic.
do regular damage, and then I need to add on top of that a d6. Is there a way I can do that?
Let me see. Hold down shift and click on damage. It should give you the option to add more damage to it, I believe.
That did.
Okay, so it should be
that-
12 damage, right?
I need to. No, I need to. I don't know if I add 6 or if. I think I added d6. of damage.
Oh, as it is, he's still dead, so you're good.
Okay.
He does go down with
Yeah.
that. So, Gilly sees the new effect for when you're unconscious now.
Yes, I can at least see a bit what's happening.
So this is actually when you it was for when you can just hear people. You can't see them. This new effect.
So I still have one action left. I'm actually gonna try to diplomatize against the remaining frost giant and trying to get him to stand down. Graham's gonna remark, "Your friend fell, but you can still be strong like Yerminger, and do what's right for your clan. Stop this fighting now." And
Don't roll yet, Graham.
okay.
So I'm gonna say because he's in a life or death fight right now with Jamandi, and his friend just died. I'm gonna make this relatively hard, a difficult check. So, the diplomacy is gonna be at -5 to the roll.
Okay. Minus G is not the same thing. Oh, this is still on the manual roll thing.
So just click roll. It don't put anything inside the box. No, automatically roll for you.
Okay.
All right. He, unfortunately, Graham, is just too engaged with Jamandi. He's fighting for his life right now, and he's losing the fight. So he either ignores you or doesn't even hear you as he's focused on Jamandi.
Gotcha. That should be my turn.
All right. Rabbit, it's on you.
After seeing Gilly get downed by Volodmira, I use Hunt Prey as my action first. Then I drop my longbow and just run in
All right.
and target her, look her in the face, and then with an unarmed strike, just try to punch her in the face.
All right. You're just gonna be bludgeoning people to death. Good luck.
It worked the last time.
And you hit. Roll damage. You watch as she goes to defend herself. As her hands come up to block the blow, the vines actually impede her movement, so the fist goes over hers and smacks her in the face. Good job.
And that's 3 actions, I believe, then. Yeah. That's the end of my turn, then.
All right. You watch as the door to the south behind you reveal the door gets burst open, and you see
Okay.
We should have gone in there. We should have gone in there.
Okay. All right. They're joining initiative, I imagine.
they're at the bottom. Redfield, it's on you. You see as they burst in, but you also hear commotion behind them. It's almost like they are a bit panicked.
Oh, you gotta tease me like that. Okay.
But the big threat is definitely Volodmira.
Mm-hmm. Not yet, Gilly.
Nice. Not bad, not bad.
Wow.
Gilly, take that healing.
Forgot to select the target, but yeah, there you go.
It's fine. Gilly, your eyes snap open, and just you're drenched in your own blood.
Okay.
Lying on the
And
floor.
remaining action is going to be movement. Gonna go into. I'm not sure actually. Because Lindsay's here.
You see Lindsay, she's wanting to move as well. She sees
Yeah.
those three running in, she's like, oh no, oh no, oh no, and she's about to also run into the room.
Just gonna move into the room. We got more hostiles to the east! And I'm moving up there with Graham.
Alright.
What button do I press to end the turn?
If you go to the combat tracker, to the cross swords,
Found
you'll
it.
see. There we go.
There you go.
Lindsay, she spends one turn to keep the Inspire Courage up and goes, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, and she books out of that room as well.
Yep.
And then as her last action, she is actually just moved right behind Rabbit. So let's see, can she fire an arrow at Vladimira? Through Rabbit. You know what? No. She is going to do another spell. Let's see, can she cast this on someone else? Let me check real quick. Okay, it's on her. Yeah, she's just going to go ahead and do telekinetic projectile against Vladimira. I'm just hitting my own people. All right. Ah. So she just chunks a rock that just smashes her in the face. Actually, no, I couldn't because it was two actions. Okay, I'm gonna say this because of her panic. She's actually gonna drop Inspire Courage. Everyone, go ahead and Inspire Courage from your character sheets, please.
I think Inspire Courage actually, like, deactivates itself.
I didn't realize that as well.
I apply it each time.
But you have to play each round. It's something we'll remember. All right, Gilly. Now you're prone. Your weapon's on the ground as well. So to stand up, grab your weapon. 2 actions.
And that is what she will try to do. Very shakily. Just coming back from the dead. And look
Okay.
at that badly injured, axe-wielding human. So, stand up. Move from... Alright. Grab the longsword that they looted out of the Lady Aldori's coffers and try to strike. Just one single strike with a yell.
Missed by 1. Do you want to hero point that?
I do.
Do it. Come on, Gilly.
Thank you
Come
for
on, Gilly.
reminding
Get
me.
do it.
Yeah! Oh.
Come on, man.
Ah.
Yeah, that's my turn. I will end the turn.
All right. Well, she sees Rabbit. She was just nearly taken down by you. Was punched in the face. Is just getting blowed and hit in the face constantly. So she is going to do this. She's going to turn her attention to you, Rabbit, and she is going to do the same thing. She's going to do that overhand smash with her weapon.
Oh no.
Ooh. You are damn lucky. All right. But she's going with the second attack. Because the Great Axe does have sweep, she's going to turn that into actually hitting Gilly.
Ooh.
Use the momentum of the blow, so it's actually going to be a +7. So. And Gilly will hit you with the backswing. Low roll. Gilly, 8 damage to you.
Yep. And that's slashing, so I have no resistance to that.
And she's actually going to now move back, get a bit of a defensible position right here.
Does she get 4 actions?
No, that was 2.
I
Was
believe
smash 2
overhand-
actions? It is. I'm really bad with these actions, apparently.
Overhand smash was.
Don't correct me. I'm not doing this
Yeah.
intentionally. I'm in the moment. All right, Graham, it's on you.
Okay, I'm gonna do something possibly spicy.
Go for it.
Did the door close? Was the door closed, or did it just happen?
Someone clicked it, I think.
Okay.
It should be open.
This will offer Lady Jamandi some flanking.
All right.
So where Graham wants to be conscientious of that, but at the same time, he's going to now at this point devise another stratagem. This time targeting Volodmira herself.
Nice.
So 12 is another thing he'll roll with. So roll for the strike. This would be 12.
Oh,
Oh,
miss her though.
it's unfortunate.
Gets
Okay,
tangled in one
that's-
of the vines that is a tangler from. Oh, it's expired already. Never mind. It's gone. It now falls apart. Your arrow knocks it all apart.
Oh, it's my turn again. Well, since I'm standing next to her, I'm just gonna punch her in the face again.
You could try. She just blocks your blow with her axe.
I'm going to hero point that.
Go for it. She still blocks your blow
Nah.
with her axe.
Since that's my first action, I am going to... It's not my first attack. I'm just gonna try to punch her again.
Third action. Might be better to do something else, like try to intimidate.
I already tried to intimidate her,
Sorry, you
so...
can't. Yep, you can't do it again for an hour or a day,
Yeah.
something like that.
I think 10 minutes.
10 minutes? Okay. So once per battle. All right,
Yeah.
Rabbit. I believe you're
Wow.
done.
That was my second action because I already had hunt prey on her since the last turn.
Do you have one more action left?
Yeah.
Go for it. Third action.
Can I use a healing potion on Gilly as one action, or do I need to have two actions for
Gotta
that?
pull it out. Yeah.
Pull it out and then, yeah. Just pour it on her. She can take it.
You can have it ready if you want to.
Well, giving it is one action, I guess, then.
Well, you can like pull it out and then on Gilly's turn can take it and then drink it. I'll let Gilly take it for one action and drink one action if you have it ready.
That would be great.
Okay, then I'm pulling my healing potion out and, basically just hand it to Gilly, waiting for her to take it from me.
All right.
All right.
And that's my turn.
So before you go again, Hurst, I reread Strategic Strike. I get to add my intelligence modifier on the roll total.
On the attack roll, okay.
On the attack roll. So
Instead,
that's
right? Like instead
In
of.
that case,
instead of-
would have hit then. So it would have hit. In that case, do your damage with an additional 1d6.
yeah. So total.
Yeah, because you would hit with that.
Whenever I have the manual roll on, it does not let me do the thing that you're saying.
Which thing?
The one where I get to add the d6 to it. So I'm gonna roll another d6 right now.
Okay.
I think you roll d6, right? Yeah, d6.
So 12 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Well, a small, slight retcon, but for you, Graham, in the words of Matt Mercer, how do you want to do this?
I want the arrow to just pin her right here, right just below where her Adam's apple would be, and just like she'll like go like still looking
Straight in
angrily
the
at her.
jugular.
Yeah.
Pierces her, choking, arrows there, the axe in one hand, she still has it, still dripping the blood from Gilly. She breaks the arrow, holding the other one in the hand, and looks at you, Graham, which says death towards you in her eyes. She takes a step forward and just falls to her knees, and it just falls forward, lifeless, to the ground. And you watch, Graham, right behind you hear a swoosh of flame from Jamandi's sword as she pierces through the neck, through the top of the head, the blade on fire, killing that frost giant as well. And then you watch as these, move your little, move the Ross over there. You watch as these rush over here, but then they get bowled over as you watch as Amiri, as well as Dalen and Jathel, come storming in, followed by Valerie, and just quickly as well, they're going to flank you. And then they went and stopped that and take them down, ending the fight there. And having Volodymyra be completely killed. And that is where we will finish this fight. As all of you can hear the shouts in the background as the fighting does die down. And very, very quickly, you hear the only noise of the rain outside, the smashing of thunder, and then now just your heavy breathing from this very intense bit of fighting.
Gilly will probably just like on just lean on the back wall and just start to collect herself after this intense period of general brutality.
Just support Raphael supports themselves on the quarterstaff and just goes down and sits down on the stairs.
The adrenaline just must be coursing through our veins.
Lizzie just kind of goes backwards and just kind of falls on her butt on the stairs and just goes, "Oh, it's done, isn't it?" Oh. And you see Jamandi, her sword light on fire. She kind of shakes it a little bit, and the flames go out, dissipate, and then she sees the sword, and she is covered in a fine bit of sweat as well. And she looks at all of you, and she just says, "Thank you for helping defend my home from these cutthroats." Amiri, Jathal, Valerie, Dalen, they step into the room. That was one hell of a fight here. We're victorious though. Amiri. Ah! These are nothing compared to that damn giant back there. That for some reason is now a friend. And just a little bit angered by that since the entire small group was beat by that giant. But
You're a little late to fight 2 more. I gesture over to the ones that Jumanji killed. Lady Jumanji killed.
Jathal looks at you, Raphael. I do believe we just helped save you from being stabbed in the back.
That you have. Have my gratitude.
And you have mine for what you've done. This is a victory. And with that, the night kind of just somberly dies down. Jamadi quickly removes herself to check on occupants, make sure no one got to the upper floors. All the portcullises were down though, but eventually you see as Ivenzi comes in. Jamandi, the manor's safe. All the cutthroats are gone. We have a couple of prisoners. The rest of them are dead. Thank you, Ivenzi. And that is that. Those of you can see Volodymyra. If you so want, you can look at what she has and acquire those for yourselves if you so wish.
Gilly would like to go to the lady of the house and maybe with a bit of guilt in her eyes present her the sword that we took out of her hoard basically, and thank her for it. Basically, it helped in many occasions. Like, this is a magical sword that's very particular, and she would like to, on the one hand, apologize, and on the other hand, say thank you that implicitly for using it.
You see Ivenzi kind of look at you. So you were the ones that got into the storeroom. The bags of gold were also missing. Do you know where those are at?
Oh, yes. I have them. I didn't know what would happen for the rest of if any other bandits were to get here. So I have them here was to bring them to Lady Jamandi.
Thank you for that. Jamandi does come over and she puts her hand on your shoulder, Graham. Thank you for looking after these. And I believe your name was Gilly? She looks at you, Gilly. As thanks for helping defend my manor, keep the weapons. They're yours. Eventually does take the gold coins, though, from you, Graham. All the bags, if you give him back all the bags.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're kind of heavy, so.
All right.
Thank you.
And then you watch as this gnome comes in. Are they all gone? I know it'll only be a matter of time before they succumb to our wits and our weapons and our blades and our magic. All fine adventures it would be for a new kingdom. You see he is unscathed and, well, doesn't look really hurt at all.
I just look over to Jayful, Amiri, and Valerie, and I just kind of raise my eyebrows.
Yeah, you can see Amiri just and kind of just move away like she's disgusted by that gnome.
Which barrel did you hide in? Huh?
are you accusing me for? I was not hiding. I was defending this manor, same as you. Just because I have a little more skill to not be hurt.
I sense motive on if he's telling the truth, if he was actually defending.
Let's see. That's deception. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a deception against your perception. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's investigate.
Yeah, let's investigate this fool.
Scrutinize him.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not really being truthful about him. About what he's kind of saying. He more likely just kind of hid somewhere to wait this out.
I will make some comment about, like, based on your appearance, it seems like you had a very easy time laying about in some random room where some black tears were conveniently not investigating.
You overstep and then you're kind of, he's interrupted by Jamandi. Tensions are high right now. Everyone, please. I guess it would be kind of hard to say go to your rooms and have a good night's rest, but let's not in a fight with each other right now. We are not enemies here. The enemies have already been taken care of.
What about the ones outside? All of them?
Once they realized Valdmira, I guess she was there later. When she went down, the rest of them broke and fled like a pack of dogs. Eventually says. Tartusio, a little angrily, leaves. In a scoff.
I guess we can rest easy.
I don't like that gnome, Emiri says. I'm getting a drink.
You and me both, Amiri. You and me both. I start to get back up from my sitting position.
Gilly would join in the drink, definitely.
Alright, before we move back on to essentially the morning, is there anything anyone wishes to do? As essentially everyone's kind of now attending to the wounded, make sure everyone's okay. There's no more presence of the Black Tears or enemies. You do know that Nishkiv is now being interrogated, as well as a bit of interrogation to the remaining Frost Giant, Jürgen Thunder, that was persuaded to kind of change sides.
Is there anything on Volodomira?
They were put in the party.
There was a lot of things.
Moved into the party tab.
Look at the party sheet. There's a lot of things she had.
Yep.
Yeah,
we have missed out the stuff on one of the Black Tears, though.
Yeah,
Which isn't much,
forgot.
to be fair.
Well, it's 5 silver and some items.
Here, I'll put more Black Tear. There you go.
It's all in the party stash now.
I think, Rabbit, would you like to take the tracker's goggles?
Mm.
That will help to survival checks and tracking.
Yep.
That would most likely help, yeah.
The Jade and Pearl necklace and the silver ring both. I don't know. Could be valuables, but I'm not sure.
Yes, it has this weird inscription on it. I'm very fond of this inscription.
People actually read it. Interesting.
I would like to take this ring. I don't think this has any importance to her anymore.
What are these arcane runes?
But yes, the reason I did this ring is because I will do my own kind of some items that might have some little storylines that I interject, and you'll know that by actually reading it. So that's why I kind of did that.
Should we also split the silver in our party sheets? It's at 35 right now.
35 silver?
Yeah.
Perhaps we should just keep it in the party sheet for whenever we want to upgrade something.
25 isn't going to be easy to split 4-way.
Well, I can do it automatically like this. Let's see. Make sure I got the right people here. Blam! There you go. Distributed. And there's 3 left on the party sheet because, well,
3 left over.
I really like the system in Pathfinder 2nd Edition with a +1, that it's basically a rune that you can transfer, so there's might be a transfer for someone if you want to upgrade.
Whilst we're looking over the party sheet, is there anything that we want to keep in our inventory here? Because I assume we don't have a inventory outside of what's on our sheet presently.
yeah. So once we move to the morning, what's in that party sheet is getting deleted. So take what you want from the party sheet now.
Oh.
Once you get a bag of holding, we use it for that, but we don't have one at the moment. So right now, this is just an easy way to keep track of stuff. But do you have that now taken care of? The coin leave there. I'm worried about the coin, but the items go ahead and take.
Yep, I'll grab the Jade and Pearl necklace. I don't feel like we should sell that. So, no objections?
Yeah, sure. It can carry quite a bit more, even encumbered, so I can just take it. Just if, like, in the sense that if we are helping with cleanup, basically, and if Jimandi says that we can keep each piece of item, just I think Gilly will be very thrifty and keep some if that's okay.
Has everyone got healing potions?
Well, there are 4 in the party deck that I picked off Volodmira, so everyone can have one.
So we can take one each.
Yeah. I guess that's the fair way to split it up and share it.
I'm just going to take the daggers and so on, just so.
Anyone want Lindsay's talismans? No, were they?
Those are Lindsay's talismans, yeah.
They were Lindsay's talismans, yeah.
She gave them to us as presents.
She did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She left them on the table for us. She said, "This is for you guys."
Yeah. Who wants to keep them is the question.
What were they? Acrobatics and stealth?
One was stealth, I think.
Just
The Panther is stealth.
I feel like Rafa would
yeah, take it.
well, should pick at least one of these.
I think the Panther is the best one for me, while the Jade Cat might most likely be for someone that's
Slightly more sneaky. If nobody else, or
Yeah, I was going to say, Graham, do you want to take the Jade Cat?
I guess I could take the Jade Cat. Yes. That is not the Jade Cat.
Okay. With the micromanaging out of the way. Riffiel will also be joining Amiri for another drink.
All right.
I think we all deserve a drink.
Right.
Yeah.
Two.
We will move on to the hall.
Hey, look! It looks
Next morning.
unknown.
Unknown.
Unknown marker.
Okay.
Oh, do you see those?
I see that one specifically. That's on the table.
Same.
We're gonna go ahead and remove those.
Right.
All right.
Would this be after daily preparations?
Yes. So this would be probably about maybe. Yeah, we'll go with the 8:44. We'll actually go with the 8 o'clock, 8 a.m.
What I speak?
And long rest, right?
Yes, everyone, Go ahead, go to character sheet. Hit that little bed icon at the top left.
Let's go.
Well, rest
So,
my
Paul, I'm missing my wolf at the
I
moment.
forgot to add your damn woman. I'm sorry.
I wanted to send a whisper in the last fight, but I was like, well, maybe he has planned it for the last.
I absolutely forgot about your. I was telling myself, okay, I gotta do Robin's wolf before the game starts, and I just completely whiffed that. I apologize. Before we go on off this map, I'll have it done for you. We'll have it up.
Alright.
I think it's already made because in the actor's tab there is already the wolf by the looks of it.
Yeah, I just gotta do the picture. That's it.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
And apparently I'm also missing here.
Oh yeah, you're not there. Let's put you on the map. There you go.
Unticked.
Gilly will probably ask Oriphiel, seeing as they are good with healer's tools, maybe that they could have a look at her wounds. Because Gilly is still a bit battered and bruised.
same.
But during the, like, after the rest?
Yeah,
Or
like drinking down something, like, oh, have a look at it. Wait, it hurts.
yeah, can use medicine to heal during downtime, right?
Yes. Yeah. You do that while I'm getting this last part set up.
Is there an action on the character sheets we can use?
For treat wounds.
Yes.
Give me a second. Yes, there is.
A lot of the stuff that was on our character sheet, oh, I don't know about everyone else's, but
They broke. They broke from
Yeah.
the update. All right, everyone, go back. Those that need to do treat wounds, go to the macro folder, which is to the left of the hotbar, and you should see now the treat wounds and battle medicine. Drag that to your hotbar.
The left of the.
There's a little photo icon directly to the left
Icon.
of the hotbar.
Triangle.
Yeah, it's in between the hotbar and your player list. There's a little small photo icon.
I'm posting it on the server.
And that's for Gilly. I'll put in the race shield macro as well.
Wonderful, thank you.
It's in there now as well. Do y'all see that?
Yeah.
You gotta
Yeah.
enter.
Can I just click it?
Drag it to your hotbar, like the number 1, 2, or 3 keys,
Just to the hotbar?
Yeah.
Okay.
and then click it.
Cool.
I think target someone first, then click it,
Ah.
because you'll see what it does.
Okay, Gilly. See console F12 for details. There was an error.
Okay, give me a second. This is probably an old one I need to get rid of. So, let me delete it. Remove. Yeah, I had to kind of redo all the macros because they all broke from the update.
Version 9 to 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was fascinated by version 9's abundance of actions in the character sheet compared to version 10, which is like very.
It was a macro.
Uh,
I know why. It looks like I forgot to activate some modules. We'll do that right now. Let's see where we at. That's why. I had the module I needed not activated.
So how is everyone feeling with the party composition? I really appreciate the that there's another melee fighter.
Another
Because-
frontliner.
Yeah. Robin.
Or rather, I drop my bow and just punch people in the face
Yeah,
at the moment.
it's still
Oh.
frontline.
Right,
As
Andrew, do it again.
frontline as it gets.
Let's do that again.
It's your book now.
Right. Need to target again. My memory is amazing, I swear. All right, there we go. Treat wounds.
All right. And who'd you? So Gilly, go ahead and heal that 9 health. You're now immune for 1 hour.
Yep. And I can also do Gram as well.
Yes, please.
Gilly's probably out of her breastplate and everything.
Well, you failed.
Damn. Apply immunity to treat wounds.
Yep, I do that.
I'm so sorry.
All right, Gilly, what are you saying?
Just like after the battle, out of the clunky breastplate, and just like the gash from the axe is probably now dressed and not
Yes, a wicked
bleeding
scar.
through the clothes.
During the night, Abenzi, the lieutenant, does know what happened to you in the shield. Gives you a new shield.
Thank you.
Nice.
They're loaded in here. They have shields. They have +1 weapon.
Just a
Such
replacement
a-
for the one you lost.
Yeah.
All right. Am I ready to continue? It is shocking how quickly Lady Jamandi's staff have restored the manor's great hall in the space of a few morning hours. Very few signs of the violence of the night before remain, and things that have been mostly returned to normal. As the adventurers who survived the assault take seats at the tables, other adventurers arrive today to settle in as well, once they were here the night before. Even with these newcomers, the atmosphere is very, very serious and somber, as Lady Jamandi does now come in to speak. Let's see, where's she at? Let's go ahead and change the token to what it should be. Let's see, where are you at, Jamandi? She goes to the table. I would like to thank those of you that helped defeat the Black Tears last night. It's obvious that someone doesn't like our plans to settle the stolen lands. Well, we're not so easily dissuaded, are we? I say no. And this morning, I would like to issue formal charters to all of you to begin exploring the stolen lands and to make them safe for tomorrow's settlers. The first charter we'd like to bequeath goes to the group called the Iron Race. And you watch as, with the wave, these 4 armored individuals stand up and move to Jamandi. And these are the ones I will put in chat so you can get an idea of what they recall again. They step up. The tales of your adventurers have thrilled many Brevik nobles, and I am excited to see what you can do with the exploration of the Glenbourne uplands. Your charter is to establish a base for Brevoy there after dealing with the Target Lords, and then to open diplomatic relations with Pictax from a point of strength. And as they come up and they take the charter, from her, and standing next to her is also that
Do you
same
have an
individual,
Religion money.
Iosef. And they take the charter, and as they turn around, you still have not seen their faces. They weren't here the night before; they stayed somewhere else. But as they do leave, you can see that they move with just a very, very sense of self-arrogance, and even you can see just kind of the mouth of one of them, Graham.
Oh, you continue. I was gonna do a recall knowledge after this.
Okay. You can see that the woman kind of just scoffs at all of you, and you hear her actually say under her breath, "Hey, heroes, don't forget to bring your stuffed animals so you don't get scared." And you hear under the breath of another one, turning to the woman, "I bet 30 gold these other people wouldn't last a fortnight." And you see Jamandi kind of looks a little bit angry at just their antics before she kind of looks at Iosef and takes the next charter. But for you, Annie, now I'm going to say this real quickly. With update of version 10, it did break one of the modules I use for whispering, which means the new one I have in place, which is what I want to use, I can't let you roll the roll because you'll see the roll no matter what. So I'm going to do the roll for you. Just let me know what you want to use. So Annie, what spell do you want to use? Or Graham?
I think it should be society to because Lady Jamandi said that the name of their group. So I'd like to go back in my mind and see if through any of the towns I walk through, did I hear about these people before, or maybe even encounter them directly.
All right. Did y'all see that roll? Or is it hidden?
It's hidden,
Okay.
to me at least.
And here is going to be the new messaging format you'll see. No, they didn't bring it up.
I see it.
Well, I'll have to change out some things, but still, that's fine.
Does everybody else see it?
Nope.
Okay,
I am seeing
Did it open up a
nothing.
box on your screen, Annie, or was in the chat?
it's in the chat.
Okay. I have option turned off. I'll turn back on later on. That's fine. But that's pretty much all you really know. Is just that they are very. It's only met before, and they are very, very arrogant and they have a well-known reputation for being good at what they do, which is just clearing stuff out. Ijmani continues. Baron Hannes Drevlin, as per our previous discussions, your charter is one of specific importance for Brevoy. Securing the southern trade routes along the East Selin River and establishing a base of operation for merchant caravans and for barges alike is of utmost importance. Hooktongue Slow will be your base of operations. And y'all watch as a kind of very dour-looking nobleman comes up to Jamadi, does a bow, and then does leave the room. And you see that he also has a bit of a sneer on his face, and he looks at no one. Like he's more important than anyone here. And he makes no motion to say hi or even acknowledge anyone else. Very, very, just, yeah, way he is. And then you see Jamani turn her attention. Mager Varn, your father Androth has long been a faithful friend. Your charter assigns you to Nomen Heights to establish a town with the Varning host. For the Varning host, in time, we hope to establish an Eldori dueling school there. But in the more immediate future, we ask that you broker an alliance with the Nomen centaurs who roam the region. I trust you and your fellows are up to the task. And y'all watch as Mager Varn does come up, and I'll put him in chat with y'all. See, if you remember Magar, here's him right there. He comes up and he takes the charter from Legimandi. He's got a smile on his face. Now, as he turns around, he actually walks by your table. Graham, are you sitting at the table with everyone else, or are you kind of standing there by yourself with in the corner, like a weirdo?
I'll be weirdo, just like doing a perception thing, trying to see because I'm curious about everybody who's walking up here, basically.
Okay.
Observing everyone.
All right.
Yeah.
But he does kind of look at you, and he whispers to you, Graham, as well as to the rest of you. Once you have your base established, I would love to have you come visit me so we can talk about trade relations. Good luck to you. And he, with a smile on his face, he does walk out. And if you want to, give me for Hannes Devlin, go ahead and I'll do it for you because I need to remember to do this. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the roll for you for Hannes Devlin. And anyone else wants to do this thing as well, let me know, and I'll do rolls for you.
Sure.
Sure.
All right. Just
There's
so I can
nothing
target everyone, I'm gonna move over here, Graham. Just so I can target all of you easy. Okay. So we should all know of Hannes Devlin. He is someone that has under his command a lot of soldiers. And he is needed to essentially establish a place that can hold off against any type of people that might want to invade or assault. But he is being used for essentially the amount of soldiers he has on his disposal. And then for Mager Varn, we'll also do a skill check to see if we have information done. All right. For Mager Varn, because of his position being a sword lord of Brevoy, his influence will be used to help cur the centaurs, which have been a lot of trouble. And the diplomacy from other individuals have not been so good. And so essentially having a nobleman, a sword lord, do the diplomatic talks might be more beneficial than having a typical noble that's in Brevoy. And then Jamandi speaks up. And last, but certainly not least, last night's heroes. First, I want to thank you again for risking your lives to help defend my manor. The courage, the gumption, and skill you display will take you far, I suspect. For your charters, we're asking you to travel to the southwest into the region known as the the Green Belt, a swath of wildlands that includes the forest known as the Gnarl Marshes and the hill country of the Cane Lands. We've heard that bandits have grown particularly aggressive in the Green Belt, and they need to be stopped before anyone safely settles in the region. A small trading post in the Rossland hinterlands has been particularly hit hard. I suggest you start there. Once the bandits have been dealt with, we will be ready to bequeath to you a more permanent charter to settle the land and establish a government of your own. And you watch as Jamandi comes over and she offers you the first charter to all of you, as well as to Lindsay, to Valerie, to Haram, to Jathal, to Tartusio, Amiri, and Dalen. All of you have the same charter. And I'm going to show you what the charter is.
Not to interrupt anything, but has anyone else noticed that we've got 2 of the depressive dwarf?
Oh yeah.
He's got twins! Boom, gone.
It's his even more depressive twin.
We have our racist goggles on, and we just assume that everyone who's a dwarf just looks exactly the same.
being difficult. Let's see.
Can you tell me and Lindsay apart?
We're just races against dwarves. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know I can tell that gnome apart from any other gnome.
So, all right. So, the pause. This version 10 is. Well, first time running version 10 besides yesterday, so I'm a little bit new to some stuff here. So, some things I had available from last game are not working right now. There we go. There we go. All right.
It's always fun when an update doesn't upbreak.
Yep.
Right? Had that overall 20 once.
All right. Do y'all see that?
Yes.
Read it. One of you read it.
Let it be known that the bearer of this charter has been charged by the Sword Lords of Restov, acting upon the greater good and authority vested within them by the office of the Lord Mayor of Restov, the right of exploration and travel within the wilderness regions known as Restov's hinterlands and the Greenbelt. Exploration shall be limited to an area west and south of Oleg's trading post, no further than the banks of the Shrike and Skunk rivers. Nice names. The carrier of this charter should strive against banditry and other unlawful behavior to be encountered. The punishment for unrepented banditry remains, as always, execution by sword or rope. So witnessed on this 24th day of Calistril under watchful eye of the Lordship of Restov.
And that is your charter.
Graham didn't read it this way, but I, as player, definitely read exploration as exploitation. Just want to throw that out.
Many things
Money.
we can do. All right. And with that, the rest of you get up. There's a bit of cheering from the other parts of individuals here. You see Tartusio the gnome. All right, now we set out, and you watch as, following Tartusio, a bit of the lead. You see that Hiram follows him, as well as Jathal. Lindsay kind of stands back. Dalen also goes with them, and then Valerie and Amiri. Lindsay looks at all of you. So I guess there's gonna be multiple groups of army going through this region.
Yes, it seems that way. Would you like to join us?
Oh,
Well,
would
alright.
you be okay with that?
Graham looks to the rest of the party, like nods towards them.
Gilly is very happy and
Just give an
Swings
inviting
tankard
gesture
around.
to Lindsay.
The more the merrier.
You
We'd be
see
happy to have you.
a slight argument breaks out with Tartusio and the way he's talking, and Jathal just, it's stupid, and moves away, and Amiri just goes, oh my god. And they both go up to Lindsay, and then towards you two. You think you'd be okay if we accompany you as well?
That's fine.
yes.
Come
Gilly
along.
is super happy about this. But the coward is acting up and losing support. Who's actually holding the charter? It's one document,
No,
right?
all of you have a copy of the charter.
Each one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So all of you, including the other group, so Tartusio, Valerie, Haram, Dalen, everyone here has a copy of your specific charter. So all of you are going into the green belt.
All right.
You watch as Tartusio, Valerie, Haram, and Dalen, they immediately leave, leaving the group of you, Jemani behind you. Good luck and swift journey.
Thank you. And I guess our party will leave.
All right. And now we will do a quick 5-minute break. I need to do a quick bathroom stuff, then we'll get ready for the next part. The actual start. This was just a giant intro. We'll get to the actual start of Kingmaker. This was a giant intro. This kind of was. All right. I'm going to go ahead and pause.
That's how this works.
Andrew, you have some trouble connecting, no? Right? Oh no. Okay, good. Oh, it's working. I'm just impatient.
Yeah, I reloaded it and I can open it up.
All right.
Misclick the plus icons.
So can I just put the stuff in there, excluding the +1 axe?
So that would immediately sell it, I think, right?
It doesn't for me, at least.
Not yet. It just collects the total wealth. Yeah.
I didn't know you
Just-
could remove the rune from it.
I really like this mechanic. You can just the runes are just like some magical stuff that you can take and put on a rune stone even. So you
Yep.
can just take it with you and then put it on another weapon.
So I can just make my longbow a +1 longbow.
Yeah.
Yes.
What?
Yes. It's the magic that's important. That you
What?
can take from there and put there.
Okay, I was trying to find out more of this because like the I thought there was something to like the quality of equipment that I was missing. That's what the +1 meant, but it's just the runes on them.
Yeah, it's basically just a rune. You have a +1, a +2, and a +3, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then
Oh.
there's this striking, which is
And,
you
Uh,
put the damage up by 1
Yeah, the striking rune is basically just like you get an extra damage die on the roll.
so
And there's a striking rune, a greater
Correct me.
striking rune, and another one above that. So basically,
correct me if I'm
Same,
wrong, but
potency.
these that we've just listed, these are fundamental runes.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
then if you have, say, a +1 fundamental rune, that means you can also have 1 property rune, right?
yeah, like basically you have to get the +1 rune to put in 1 striking rune. If you want to put in a greater striking rune, you need a +2 on it.
Yeah, no, but I mean like property runes that give your weapon additional effects, like making it a flaming weapon, or say if you have a +2 rune, then you can have 2 of those, right?
I don't know. I think there's only 1 effect you can put on a weapon, but you don't need a property rune or a +1 on it for it to work, I believe.
Like, I think you can put as many of the fundamentals, like of each type, like potency and striking, and I think the potency gives you the ability to put
Striking
Property.
runes on it.
property
So
runes.
a weapon can have only 2 fundamental runes. A fundamental rune of potency, so +1 to +4, and then a striking rune are fundamental runes, 1 of each. You can have on a weapon. The amount of property runes you can have on a weapon is equal, or the armor is equal to the plus value of the potency
Yeah.
weapon. So if you have like a +2 weapon,
Yeah.
you can have 2 property runes on it, as well as a striking rune, to have all be customizable that way.
Yep.
Does
I remember that correctly.
does the
I'm gonna ask more questions later.
does the blade ally of the champion, there are like property runes I can put on weapons. Does it have to be a +1 or is it extra?
For Blade
You know
Ally?
what?
Champion Blade Ally, you can, I think through feats, you get like properties.
Yeah,
on
you
it.
get through a feat you get some properties indeed.
I think you get it just by the blade ally. Like, I'm on level.
Yes, but I think you can get additional ones. as your
Okay.
properties.
Okay, cool. And those are extra, or never mind.
All right.
It's for a later date.
The stuff inside the merchant sheet, can I delete all that?
So that's 27 GP. Is that all from one person? Is that all from you, Gilly?
No, that's not all from me. The chainmail is from someone else.
I delete it, or you want me to leave it there right now?
You can delete it and give us the money. So it should be like 14 gold, right?
Do I need to do the calculations? You make me do the calculations? All right, let's see. We got 10 plus 2 plus
There's
20
total-
plus
total
2
wealth
plus
at the
30
top.
plus 60 plus...
We still have
We have
3 left
154
over.
silver.
Okay. But there's also total wealth on the top there, so you don't.
Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, still.
It's all right.
There you go. We have 2 more silver to add to the actual party sheet.
Like if we sell the pendant, I was thinking about like upgrading from a breastplate to a half plate to get that +1 more armor, but I think we don't have enough money, so I think the pack animal would be more important.
Pennant is 20 GP. How much do you need?
It's 10 to upgrade from the breastplate, or like Paul, is that all right?
We did the
Because,
difference,
like,
what it was.
yeah, it's 10 gold, so I have 5.
Screw it.
I can throw some money at Gilly to make sure she has enough.
Going around, please. Some donations for the tank.
Exactly. I'll throw 25 silver pieces to Gilly.
Someone give me a d20 roll. 15 or more is good luck.
D20.
I kind of want to do it.
First one to roll is going to get used. Whoever does the first roll.
Boop.
That is the complete opposite. So that's bad luck.
Really good luck. No, we were rolling off of the cat. What are you talking about?
Not that one.
That's the cat.
That wasn't the cat. That was nope.
We have to call it first with the cat.
So it looks like Gilly, what you need 5 gold total, 50 silver.
Yeah, so I have 25 from it. Like if we sell the pendant, that's in the merchant currently.
Mm-hmm.
You want to sell it?
Like,
Debating
do
it.
we?
I don't know
gold
if
do you
it's of importance.
Looking at it, this probably doesn't belong to anyone that you know of. You could hold on to it to see if you might find who it belongs to, or this might just be something that Volodymyra had that she let yourself that is worth something.
Thing.
How much gold do you still need for the upgrade?
25 silver. So 2.5 gold.
23 even.
I can give you the gold. I have enough. And that way we don't have to sell the necklace.
Let's have something to bargain with later.
Okay.
Maybe.
In that case,
All
remove
right,
the
thank
coins,
you,
please,
Olaf.
Annie and Robin, and go ahead and grab the breastplate there.
I'll take the necklace back.
The breastplate in here. And then add the half plate.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Thank you. And I'll delete the 5 gold I have.
I still have enough gold left to put a +1 on my longbow.
I mean, it wouldn't be bad to do. Not at all.
I have in total 5 gold and 3 silver pieces, so I can put the +1 on my longbow and then give the gold to Graham for his upgrade.
I can spare some money as well if Graham needs it.
That way we have 2 +1 longbows at least, and a +1 on our warrior or champion.
I have a +1 longsword. I can. That's something I will use probably. No. So, all right. I still have like 2 silver and 5 copper left. Just if we need like any sort of rations or no, they are more expensive.
Yeah, how many rations do we want to get for everybody?
Well, it's 1 ration per day, and every ration I think every ration pack is for 7 days.
Mm-hmm.
I already have 2 of them at least because I got the traveler's backpack or something or whatever it's called.
I've got 1 pack of rations on me. I can buy an additional pack for myself and Gilly and Graham as well.
I'll put the rations in the. Did we already buy the pack animal? With the funds we have.
Grandma already came prepared with rations as well. So
Okay, you're prepared. Have you got 2 packs already?
Well, if everyone puts in 5 silver, they can buy a pack animal.
I'll put it
five
forth.
pack animal.
I'll put forth that 5 silver.
Same.
All right. Everyone remove 5 silver from your character sheet, please.
I have only.
Oh, did you say everybody?
Unless you're by yourself, Andrew.
Does Gilly have enough?
No.
I
don't
think
have enough.
I've got enough to buy it myself.
Do you want to be the
Graham
sole
will-
owner of the pack animal?
I can't share over the party.
If Gilly doesn't have enough, I can put 5 silver towards his share.
Her share. Yeah.
Her share.
Thank you.
So what? 10 silver from Rabbit, and then 5 from Graham and Refuel.
Sure.
Okay, reduce the cost. You have pack animal. You can now use the party sheet as long as the animal is with you.
If you want to use the pack animal, pay me back my 5 silver soon.
All right, I will. I'll know.
And for every day you don't pay me, the interest goes up with 1 silver.
Wow. Wow.
It's pretty extreme, but all right.
No, just kidding.
My first experience with a kitsune was not very pleasant, I have to say.
We like the shiny things.
Yeah.
My first experience with it was very stereotypical.
Gilly tries to stay above that. Still.
All right, so we are slowly making our way westwards towards the trade post. Yes.
All right.
I first want to put a +1 on my longbow if I still can.
35 silver.
All right. I'll happily pay that then.
All right. Then go ahead and go to inventory and adjust the settings for the longbow and put in as a potency +1.
First gonna remove all the gold and add some silver back. And then the +1.
So Graham has this bag with the fish emblem on it, and I think that was supposed to contain ingredients. I don't know if he got the chance to either return that to Lady Jamandi, or if Lady Jamandi's like, yeah, you can have it. Our cook's fine.
The cook will reward you for finding that. He'll give you. Go ahead and roll me a D8. 8 silver.
Nice.
I'm gonna buy a pack of rations for myself, at least. So then I have 2 sets.
So I can apply a potency crystal to my longbow.
Mm-hmm. Well, the potency crystal, I believe, is a. It's different from a actual potency rune. The potency crystal, if I'm recalling correctly, is a one-time thing that makes it a +1. Let me double check that.
Okay.
It's a, I think it's called a rune stone, but that's only if you want to move it for a longer distance. But like if you have the weapon there, someone can just do it with 35 silver.
Okay. I'll hold off on that then.
All right, so we're all ready to move to the west.
How much silver are you missing for the +1?
Oh no. I have enough. I'm just. I need to contemplate things.
Okay.
Thank you. Moving west.
While
Right.
we're on the road, we can also hunt for food and such.
Yes.
That actually is part of. But we'll talk about. I want to introduce because who here knows the exploration mechanics of Pathfinder 2? So introduce it slowly. So we're not even look at Pathfinder or Kingmaker yet. We'll do just exploration to get you how that works out. So first off, what you need to know: based on your speed, number of activities. In this case, with a group, speed of 25, we have one activity per day. What you can do with those activities is if everyone goes to your character sheet, you will see
Exploration?
under exploration, under skills, you will see with the asterisks, fortify camp, map area. But the two we're going to look at is reconnoiter and travel. Want you to activate travel in chat, please. All right. You progress towards moving to an adjacent hex. Open terrain is one activity. And then it's more activities based on the type of terrain you're going into. Luckily right now, this is all plains territory, so it's easy to move through. So, with that being known, to move from this hex westwards to the next hex is essentially one day's activity. This includes stopping for food or relaxing or doing some miscellaneous rest and whatnot. Now, what you can do is you can march. When you march, you can do a additional activity. You can move 2 hexes. And you can do this amount of times equal to the lowest member's con modifier, and then they start gaining the fatigue condition. So, here's what we'll do to start off. We'll move westwards 1 square, or 1 hex. So someone move that token to the west 1 point.
But I see a road there. Doesn't that make it easier to travel, or?
It makes it 1 less travel activity on harder terrain. Right now, it's already flatland, so it doesn't help anything at all.
Okay.
Once you get to mountainous terrain or into like hilly terrain, then it's easier to follow at that point. All right.
Oh, we moved.
You have moved.
I did that.
Moved.
And so now, this is essentially 1 day's worth of moving. Is all the 25th Eclipse roll. Or would you have wanted to move and just march? But before you think of that, I'm going to show you this, because you get to see it automatically. As you're moving across, you're actually technically over here, in a way.
Oh,
Although you're in the middle of the hex, but you're actually on the northern part
Yeah.
of the square of the hex. So as you're moving across, following the Shrike River, you actually see, and this is because this is a large object, you can see that there is a community that is a little bit to the west. And I'll say, it's an easy one for you to know, this is actually a location known as Nivakta's Crossing. It's a small settlement of about 100 people. And you see this as you're moving across the train, moving to the west. It's a nice, clear day, a little bit sunny. You're at the end of winter, so the temperature's still a little bit cold. You have to maybe occasionally wrap yourselves with a bit of your clothing. But beyond that, it's a easygoing travel. Now the question, do we push towards Nivakta's Crossing, or do you arrive there tomorrow? What do y'all think?
I think camping out in the cold is not something Gilly would be looking forward to. and we'll probably go for let's try to get there as quickly as possible. We can like have at least some sort of warm lodgings.
So what are the rules for a march again?
All right, then we're marching. Move that
What were the
token one
rules
more
for it, you
space.
said?
If you want to march.
How does it work again?
So when you march, you get an additional activity, but it has to be the same thing you're doing. So if you're moving and you march, you have to still move. You can't, for example, move and then use your marching orders to reconnoiter the terrain. If you want to reconnoiter in march, you have to do both actions as essentially reconnoitering. So if you march, it has to be the same action you're doing previously.
And is there a limit of just the one extra activity, yeah?
You get one extra activity, yes.
You said something about our con modifiers earlier, no?
You can march a number of times equal to your con modifier. At that point, you start taking fatigue conditions. You're getting tired.
I will get tired immediately.
Same. Very much the same.
0.
So if you do march, yeah, you're gonna get the fatigue condition arriving at Navacta's crossing. So that's the question. As you're moving across the terrain, you see with you, because you're moving slow, is Amiri, Jatho, Lindsay. Lindsay keeping up, Jatho's keeping up, Amiri. You see, this is why we should have people that are capable of traveling, so you can actually move without getting tired after a 2-hour walk. And she just kind of moves forward past the group with everyone else, with Jatho and Lindsay, as she's trying to get to know a little bit of Jatho. The question is, do we arrive at Navacta's crossing a little bit tired and sleep there, or do you camp out here?
I think we push on, right?
That's the best
It's
option
just
in this case.
Raphael and Graham, isn't it? The others all look fine.
Yeah.
I have a con of +2.
Yeah, same. Gilly would like to encourage them, at least in some sense.
Be a little tired.
Grab some pompons and start cheering them on.
I'll keep going.
Well, Grant, looks like everyone's moving forward through the tired times. Are you going to move with them?
Yep.
All right.
At that gate.
All right. In fact, to make this easy, I'm going to go ahead and put everyone's token on the map, but don't use these. Use Nope. Go higher. There we go. These are just huge on the map.
Right,
You're
yeah,
like, you're giants!
I assume there would have been enough time passing for the treat wounds timeout to be gone.
It's not been 1 hour.
Has
For
it not yet?
traveling?
I'm joking. Yeah, go and remove it.
How fast are we traveling? Like 24 miles an hour? Whoosh. No wonder they're tired. We've been running all this while.
All right.
Okay. And Graham.
So as you get to Navacta's crossing, it's a little bit later in the evening, and as you arrive, you see that it's a southernmost village of in the Rosslands from Brevoy, and it's a village that's surrounded by a wooden palisade, and it's on the northeastern bank of the Strike River. And there's a small little bridge that actually crosses the river to go towards the south. And you see that there's a bit of, as you arrive into the community, you see about enough homes for roughly 100 people. And you're seeing predominantly humans for the most part, but you see the occasional short gnome or dwarf. And as you are crossing the front gates into the community, you see that their people are out right now. They're winding down the night as you can still hear a bit of the hammering of anvils as the animals are doing a bit of noise. But there's a bit of a small activity, and there's a bit of a excitement in the air as some people are out actually looking at all of you. And you overhear very, very quickly that there was another group of individuals that actually just moved to here and they went south that brought with them a group of mercenaries. And because Nevada's Crossing is not really accommodating to having that many people move through, it's a time of excitement. And so as you move into the city or this community, you are approached by a lot of people going, "Who are you? You look like you're adventurers." In fact, one of the guards, and there's maybe 2 or 3 guards in this community, as you cross the front gate. "We don't get too many adventurers coming through this area. We've had quite an abundance lately. Where are y'all going towards? What kind of activity? There's some war about to start we should know about."
Were some of them clad in iron?
No. It was actually an individual, black clothing, had a curved sword on his belt. I believe he
Oh,
might have
like
been,
Kingmaker.
I didn't get his name, but he looked like a sword lord probably by the sword he carried.
A handsome fella.
Roughly, yeah, I would say so.
Definitely him.
Yeah.
Well, just enjoy your time at Nevada's Crossing and just try to stay out of trouble, and there won't be any trouble as it is.
Thank you. Thank you. Should we try to get some sort of inn or lodgings here, or?
We could probably ask one of the guards if there is an inn
Yeah.
or lodgings here.
There's a small inn. It's called the Sleepy Boar. It's just down a couple buildings over there. You can see the signpost has a boar on its back sleeping.
Thank you.
But beyond that, there's not many accommodations here. There's not many people. These are people that are more into themselves and take care of themselves. And even though the guard talked to you, you do see that a lot of the civilians here do kind of not really pay attention to you, but they kind of give you an eye of suspicion. A couple of small children might kind of like point at you and go, "Oh, who are them? What kind of armor are they wearing?" And they're like, "No, no," and they'll cover their faces and kind of walk towards the home, whatnot. You're not really approached by anyone else. But you arrive at the Sleeping Boar, and it's a small wooden building, and you see as you enter inside, there are many various tables. The individuals are kind of getting drunk right now. You can smell the aroma of foods being cooked and a bit of stale beer and mead, as well as a bit of the small smell of lingering vomit that's been kind of cleaned up a little bit before. But one of the proprietors, a human individual, a little bit larger, got a bit of graying hair and is going a bit bald, a little heavier set. "More people going through the town, it seems. What will you have? You want to speak up? Or do you lose your tongues coming from the east?"
I'll take
So-
a warm bed, thank you. Just go straight in.
What'd you say? You might want to speak
This
up a
is
little
in.
bit.
This is an inn, right?
Well, of course it's an inn.
I'll take a warm bed.
All right, 1 copper. If you want the good room, 2 copper.
Man drives
The
a
normal
horse.
room is good enough for me.
What's the difference between the two?
One
One's
has
got
a
a
bed, the
blanket.
other doesn't.
The other one doesn't.
I hand them 2 copy.
If you want it washed, 3 copper.
Gilly will take her bedroll and hope that there are no lice that she will carry on the way and pay the copper and maybe something from the pot. Just some food for the night.
I just give him the 2 copper, and that's that.
All right.
Do you ever, are we going directly to bed, or are you going to enjoy what your deity usually offers?
Yes, I have to pray tonight.
Okay.
Let's do this.
Graham will accompany.
Everyone is welcome.
I want to continue doing our little tale. I think it's a good time to do it right now. How about, now we did have Graham do his earlier, and since you're a new player for this game, Robin, I'm going to have right now, I want Andrew and as well as George to go ahead and give me a d20 roll, please.
Okay.
Oh, it's probably going to be George.
Yeah.
George, roll me a d4.
1 second. There it is, D4.
I thought it was gonna be me.
No, high roll this time. So, while we are spending a bit of time maybe getting ready for the night or maybe enjoying your drinks, you maybe got a couple of beers or whatnot, we're in the common room of the sleeping boar. But all of you are kind of getting to know each other a little bit. We have at another table, Lindsay, Jathel, and Amiri are kind of also conversing, getting to know each other. I want you, Gilly, to give me a tale. This will be canonical to your character, but a tale of misfortune from your past. Something that is maybe a little bit of a darkness that you had to deal with. That you maybe bring up as you're conversing, drinking with your friends here. An event that is from your past. That
I think Gilly will be like probably having a little loaf of bread with the stew from the pot or something in that sense, and she like starts kind of picking at the bread and like just like looking at it strangely, and maybe someone else is like, what are you doing there? What's going on? And she reluctantly at first starts talking about how her original trade was like she helped her family out with baking. She was like a baker's daughter in this a small community where she grew up, like a halfling bakery, but still the loaves were big. And she talks a bit about the sort of duties she was helping with and so on, but then she's a bit just sad about the turn that her story takes when she said that just like the town was almost abandoned, people left, there was a sort of just many businesses just closed and there was no work for anyone, so she was just sent in a way away from her home because there were other halflings like cousins, third cousins somewhere else, and she was sent there. And she's a bit like, why everyone needs bread. I mean, look at this. And she holds up the bread. I don't get why we just have to pack up our homes and just go away without any sort of reason. And she's a bit down. And also this bread is, she looks to the innkeeper, it's not the best. Like, there's a bit of, I don't know, this grain, no, I'm not quite fond of it. And it's like, maybe someone asked, what did you do then? And she was like, I was still helping out, but in that town the people just didn't appreciate the halfling. I worked for a human there, and at some point I was Well, they said I was cutting the flower I delivered with, with sawdust, and they had me up on charges, and I just left. Thankfully I got away, but I don't know. Sometimes there's no justice to be found, and then it's better to leave. All right, I'm going to bed, and she she leaves her drink unfinished and just goes.
Gilly,
Yeah.
I gotta agree with you about the spread.
Yeah. Right.
I've learned a bit of cooking in my time, and I do keep some cookware on me. So if you ever feel like baking again,
Maybe.
offers there.
Let's see how hungry we get. If you want my cooking, probably tastes like sawdust.
I wouldn't mind trying.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
Every
Best
experience
cook
is
is
worth
hungry.
having.
Yeah, that's all right. And she goes back to the table, finishes the drink, and like to the lucky one, and goes. And she feels a bit awkward after that. Like, it's been quite a while since she probably remembered that in that detail. But like under so many people, she wanted to say at least something. It's probably also news for Graham. Gilly was more looking towards the future and not looking into her past so much. And then she comes back out. Oh, I forgot the bedroll. And then she goes upstairs again.
Gilly, you forgot your ale.
Oh, is there still some? Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you. Better than the bread.
Eh,
Oh, sorry, too loud.
Very hard tonight, my friend.
I like it. Thank you, Gilly. We move on. Before we continue on to the next day, is there anything anyone wishes to do?
Do I have enough time to enact Warren Friend? Or will that take too long?
To enact what?
I put it in the chat for Warren Friend as a Isoki. I get to look for it if there's any other Isoki settlements that are nearby.
If you have to spend one day at Dante, you have to stay here one full day.
Ah, okay. Are we able to interact with our companions and try to get to know them better?
Absolutely. In fact, if you do recall, all the companions, we did an influence challenge in the beginning of the game. Well, one thing you can do for a camping activity, which I'll bring up right now, is actually to continue trying to get to know them. So I'm going to show this real quickly.
Okay.
Oh, wrong one. Not that one. But yes, you can actually continue influence with the companions to learn more about them as you travel. So right now, as all of you are here, Jathel, Miri, and Lindsay are at a table, and they're all kind of getting to know each other and talk to each other. So if you want to, absolutely, if you want to go up to them and continue the discussion and get to know them.
Yeah.
I think I would.
But you get this one, essentially, companion per day, and only one person can do it.
Ah.
So if a Raphael wants to grow in friendship with like Jathal, then does that exclude me from trying to
Yes.
grow further with?
Sounds
Mhm.
like it.
So you,
Okay.
you're meant to build it slowly, but this is a relationship with the entire party, not just with. I mean, it might be some small stuff with the Raphael, but in general, this is for the entire party as a benefit.
Right. Okay.
So, while we're here, would you want to do that? I'll give you time to do that if you want to.
I don't know if Raphael wants to do it or if Rabbit wants to do it.
Any of you can do it.
I
I will
was
say
thinking,
Lindsay is the highest, so doing it with her won't get you any more benefits. Just get you more like RP stuff with it.
Rabbit
Right.
hasn't gotten the chance to do it so
Yeah.
far. So, Rabbit, would you like to interact with any of them?
Yeah, sure.
It's like a skill check, and in a skill that's kind of
Those
Most
actions
immediate
on our sheet anymore, I don't think.
yeah,
I think they
not with the update.
No.
I'll put it back. So,
Is
if
it?
you want to, let me see. Open up the character sheet for
Is it there?
Rabbit. I actually removed them because I think we're going to do them right now. But since Duran brought it up, we will put it back in for the time being. All right, it's actions, and it is the influence.
I think at least in my character sheet I have the influence of that.
Some of you have it, some of you didn't. I was kind of clearing stuff out. Rabbit, if you go to your skill sheet, go to your actions, go to the exploration actions, you will see the influence. If you want to trigger it, in fact, I'll put it in chat right now. There. Or Gilly did it. So yeah, so essentially, you pick a skill, and if all of you want to recall a little bit of information about either Amiri or with Jathal, you can try to get to know them a little bit more. The question to you is, Rabbit, do you want to do this, or does someone else want to do this?
I'm fine with it.
No pressure.
I just don't know the characters and such.
So, Amiri, and I'll put in chat since I know you were not here. So, the two you can look at is Jathal and Amiri. So, we'll go to Jathal first. She's the one I put in the picture. So, this woman you know is actually undead. And she is deathly pale, that has dark clothing, raven black hair that's very, very long, and she has no jewelry on her body. And she has, as you've seen, that very, very wickedly large, sharp scythe. And you did learn from her a little bit that she is from Kionin, that she did leave after a tragedy that did happen. And she's looking to essentially find a bit of a new home, which is kind of why she's out here. And Amiri, the woman, both of these women, this one is very, very tall and very, very muscular. She's a barbarian. She has various animal skins, leathers, and a battle-scarred hide armor that she wears. But most notably, that everyone sees and doesn't mess with her about is she has a gargantuan greatsword that's on her back. And it is bigger than any weapon anyone here has pretty much seen. And she's very, very blunt and cares little for weakness or small social necessities. Which one of these do you want to approach?
Definitely the barbarian.
All right. As you're walking up to the barbarian, they're at the table right next to you. You see Lindsay is kind of just staring at Amiri as Amiri's just talking with some big hand motions. Jathal is kind of just inquisitively stroking her chin. Lindsay is writing down in her book. As you come up, and all of you can over here, Amiri. And then I grabbed the boar by the tusk, was able to rip one out of its mouth, and then I screamed in its face, lifted above my head, and threw it at that circus performer because he said I smelled. Yeah, what about you? I didn't see you the night before at the Jamandi's palace. Where'd you come in from?
I was there, but I was, well, kind of in a corner, just listening and just watching around who else was there, and, well, just mostly doing my own thing.
doing your own thing. With the way you look, do people try to offer you to skin you?
I've heard someone say it once or twice. Yeah.
Oh, I did see how well you used that bow. Even Lindsay talks about how well you use that bow. He's really good with it. What do you think?
Yeah.
A bow?
I'm-
Or with one of these, and she pulls out that big great axe, or the big great sword, and just leans it against the ground. Which one do you think would do more damage hitting someone? That little arrow, or this blade?
Well, depends where you aim the arrow at, but definitely your greatsword would deal more damage.
Someone who's not arrogant. I like it. I'm not used to that at all, especially from men.
Well, it's not hard to hit someone with a greatsword, and looking at the size, well, you can easily cut someone in half with it.
Oh, this baby absolutely can't cut someone in half. I mean, not many people here could carry this thing, although I was a bit surprised by your young friend Gilly here, moving the benches. A little bit of a strong one she is. Gilly, get a drink! And she gets up, she goes over to give you a drink with one of her mugs, Gilly.
Yes, Gilly will continue the service to her god and drink.
Kid and Clayton. Alright. Anything else you wish to add in there, Rabbit? Or do you want to do a bit of roll to see if you can influence her a little bit more?
I was thinking to influence her with a roll by seeing if I can just lift up the greatsword.
Oh, she doesn't like that. Like, she's very protective of it. That's maybe something Gilly has told you, but
do you try? Do you like do you move towards it and they're like no, but you still go to grab the sword and see if you can move it?
Well, I'm
Imagine everyone's like in slow motion.
Everyone just stops. It's like all the noise just dies in the tavern.
Well, it's obviously her greatsword, so I'm asking her first if I can try to lift it.
Alright, I'm curious. She gets up and you see Lindsay and Jathal, huh? So what you got? And she goes outside.
I follow her then.
Lindsay gets up and curious goes outside. Jathal kind of just stays there and just kind of plays with her drink. What about the rest of you?
While they're doing that, I wanted to leave a nice impression on the bar's customers and just tell everybody how we're going through the green belt to try and lower the amount of bandits that are here and just try to make living easier for everybody all around, and how good things should be expected in the future.
Give me a diplomacy roll.
Yeah, and I have the group impression, so if there's a few customers that are really listening, I can.
You start talking about the
That'll,
bandits. Give me a diplomacy roll.
All right.
Bunch of hogwash! That small creature there is talking bull. He can't do anything. I mean, that large woman can do, but she already left, and I mean, it's a glorified talking rat. Shut up, people go to like kind of calm him down, and they're a little too drunk to continue that conversation.
All right.
You don't really press anyone. You go outside and you watch Amiri. Amiri, she takes the sword and she plunges it about 2 to 3 feet into the ground, which is still about your head height. And she points to a tree right next to the tavern. I'm curious. What can you do with that tree? One swing. crosses her arms, looking at you. Lindsay's there, testing a test of strength. Can Rabbit impress Amiri? I want you to give me a roll. Is athletics.
Nice music right now.
All right. Rabbit, you grab the sword. It's heavy. You pull it out of the ground. A bit of dirt's coming off the blade. It kind of gleams in the moonlight. You do a swing. You pick up. You try to get the balance. It's not really balanced that well at all. It's a testament to her strength that she can swing this thing so reliably. But you go and you swing the blade against the tree, and it goes in about halfway in a tree trunk that's about this big. All right. She takes the blade from you, and then does the same swing herself into the tree. And does the same amount into the tree as well. You're a little bit more stronger than you look, aren't you? Well, not many can swing my blade just like I can. And she smiles. And she hits you on the shoulder really hard. Let's get some drinks. Goes back into the sleeping boar and continue getting drinks. That, Robin, is a success. You improve your influence with Amiri by 1 step. So that is one of the actual new Kingmaker skills you can do during a campfire. Except it's not campfire here, it's actually inside a tavern.
Okay.
All right. We move on to the morning. The next day, there's a bit of cloud cover up in the sky. You can see a little bit to the southwest. A bit of light snow does kind of drift down at the end of this summer month of Callistrol. You see the town. Do you continue moving on more towards the west?
Is this the road leading to Oleg's trading post?
To the west. If you go south, it goes. That's where actually Mayor Varn went for his charter. Your charter is to go more towards the west. And you do know that being Oleg's is about 100 miles away, you've only moved about 24 miles so far. Or you only about 24 miles. So, do you all start moving towards the west, following the South Rossland Road?
Go.
All right.
Why not?
Someone move that token, please.
Moved it.
All right. As you're moving, the terrain around you see is, again, it's still a little bit mountainous here. Not mountainous, it's a little bit hilly. But you're following the Shrike River, and with the road paved here, it is a little bit easier to travel than it normally would. So the progression is faster. This is actually hilly terrain. Because of the road, it's counted as plains terrain, so it's actually 1 hex per activity. Now, as you're moving, you do see before you, ahead is actually the sound. You can also hear from right here, and that is the falls. You see the banks of the Crooked Falls about 10 miles ahead of you, as it kind of, you're going to go down a little bit, and you're on a bit of a rise. And you see that this cascading waterfalls are dropping from your vantage point. You can't quite tell how much, but it's a number of steps that go down. And you see that there's some activity down there. There seems to be a traveling caravan, but you're too far away to get much more of a detail. But as you're moving across the terrain here, you do potentially. Everyone, give me a perception roll. Open roll.
I'm gonna need to have you do it for me, Ersk.
No worries.
Do you want me to get you a dice?
Well, I don't know my character's stats off the top of my head.
Why not?
I'm
You're
sorry.
slacking!
Oh, actually, no.
You slacker!
Wait. My perception is actually a +6. So if I roll my own dice and show you the roll, are you okay with that?
You actually rolled the best of all the people here. You rolled a 20 on my side, so. So not even here, and you're rolling better than everyone. All right, but Graham, you notice that there's actually a pack of dogs following you. There's about 4 or 5 of them. They're keeping a bit far distance away, but they are following the group. Now, whether it's because they're curious, they're hungry, they're here for a purpose, you're not sure. But there is, a little bit further away, a pack of dogs that are essentially keeping pace with the group. You see a Miri. I noticed that as well. Easy enough to cut him in half with my blade. Or I'm sure Revit here can shoot him with the bow.
Can I do a roll or a check to see why they are following us?
Well, are they harmful to us?
Gilly, what do you think?
Like, Gilly wouldn't want to like hurt some dogs who are just trailing us. Why?
If you want to, you can give me nature, survival, perception rolls. I won't tell you which one is actually the easiest one to get DC wise, but it might give you an idea of what's going on. Any of you can roll.
So nature, survival, or perception, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's the same for me all round, so I'm gonna roll.
Or if you have a lore
nature.
skill that might be relevant, you can use that.
I doubt warfare is.
Yeah, they're not war dogs.
I have forest lore. That's probably the closest I've got, but I don't think it's quite appropriate.
Damn it.
It's gonna go nature.
What's his perception? Well, you don't know. All right, Raphael. And if this is to you specifically, so it's up to you to decide how to tell the group.
It's like a whole pack, isn't it?
Yeah. You see 4 or 5. Occasionally, you might see a little more, like there might be more following them, or they're getting bigger as they're moving more towards the west.
Are they all adults as well?
Most of them are. You might see 1 or
Most.
2 smaller ones, but these all seem to be adults. And they're all about the 45 to 60 pound range. Or 35 kilos, 30 kilos.
Yeah.
Looks like a family unit. Looks like they're trying to scrounge around for food. Might be hungry. We could dissuade them with food ourselves,
Or they will
if
follow
anyone
us.
is at all reluctant to kill them.
Like, wouldn't they just want more if we show them that we have food?
Depends on how hungry they are, I suppose.
They probably also have smelled
If
it.
they're hungry enough, they'll try to attack us, but I'm not sure they're quite that starved.
What do you want to do?
Like, are they gaining on us?
They're just keeping parallel.
Okay. So if we camp for the night, we'll probably need a good watch. In that sense.
Mm-hmm.
Now here's a question. We've moved here. Do we want to camp here? Or do you want to march and move one more distance to the west? Potentially losing them, but making you tired. They might follow, they might not. That's a question. What do you want to do?
I think making camp here might be the best option then. Because if we march and we get tired, we definitely have to camp outside. So if they follow us, then we might have a problem with two people that are just, well, tired.
I agree. It's that we can't while we know that they're following us.
Yeah.
If they try
Eddie,
to
your connection is really bad right now.
darn it.
I was kind of making it up.
He was a robot.
Sounded like Graham
Yeah.
agrees.
Yeah, you're even lagging in video, so it looks legitimate. Well, he gets that situated. What do you three think? What do you want to do? Camp here, move on. If you move on, they might stop because of the distance. But as what Robin said, or I would say as Rabbit said, if they do follow, you're going to be tired.
How many of them are there?
You see about half a dozen. Or
If
try
you
to do something about it here before you camp.
Like, our
We-
group also has Jathal and Lindsay and
Mhm.
Amiri with
Yeah.
us. Right. So it should not be that much of a problem, probably.
Lindsay goes, they're probably just hungry. I mean, maybe if we leave them some food. Or, and Mary, no, I say we just kill them if they come in closer. They're wild dogs. They're going to be wild. Jathal, I kind of agree with Amiri. They're probably just gauging our strength. If we camp here, they might attack. Lindsay says...
better?
Sorry. What'd you say, Annie?
I was just checking if my connection's better. Sorry, I thought
Yeah,
you
it's a
were
little
done.
better. Yeah.
Yes, better.
To interject then. Graham will be like, I am not particular towards punishing these dogs for acting within their nature. I don't think that makes sense. I am with Rabbit here that we should make camp for the night, be wary of their presence, and if they try to do anything natural, so to speak, we will defend ourselves.
Are
That's
there any animals close by, like boars or other wild animals that we can hunt? Because if we can dissuade them with food, then maybe a boar or something would be enough to.
You have to give me a survival check on this to see if you can find game around here.
Could I try to aid?
Yeah.
I don't-
So don't do the roll
What's
yet.
DC?
So the DC on this one, I'm actually going to use it as the difficulty of this area. So we're doing a bit of a mix right now of the Kingmaker subsystems. So we'll go ahead and do a bit of gathering of said supplies. So in that case, how do you want to help out, Gilly? As Gilly's going to help out Rabbit, you're going to look for game to take down to maybe dissuade the pack of animals. Um, for you, Graham, and for you, Refill, what do you want to do about this? Graham, you're muted if you're talking.
I
Refill,
think
what do you
he's
think?
he's putting the ball on my court.
Do you need more time to think?
Yeah, I'm not
Okay.
sure yet.
Graham
Resolve-
also would have liked to assist, but I don't think mechanically I can do an aid as well, huh?
Absolutely, tell me. Tell me how. Think about this. If you think about this, Refill. But so Rabbit is a do survival roll to find game. How do you, Gilly, and how do you, Graham? What skill do you want to use to help out? An 8 check.
So for Graham, he would use his perceptive skills to do some like investigating on where boar would be, if there are any, looking around for tracks and just noticing his surroundings and investigating that way.
So you want to use perception, or you want to use survival?
That would be perception.
Okay. Looks like you're not at the computer right now, so you want me to roll for you?
I got dicey dice.
All right, roll for it. If I said we'll do it maybe in book 2, I'll let you do it right now since you're not by your computer. Oh, you got glowing dice. Nice.
That
Nice.
should be an 11.
All right. With your perception, that is a success. So right now, you have +1 to your roll, Rabbit. Gilly, how do you want to help out? As you watch as Graham starting to go out, starting to look for tracks, look for animals to potentially find.
I think there are two ways Gilly could help. One way is like just survival, maybe tracking in some sense, or the other way is she would maybe help in the hunt just by taking a longer way and running around, blocking some paths, some sort, and I would argue for athletics, which is something she can do much better.
I'll say this. If you use athletics and Rabbit does find game, I'll let the next roll be easier because you actually kind of trapped under moving back towards Rabbit.
All right.
All right, give me athletics roll. This will be if you actually find game. So, but give me the athletics roll right now.
It's almost 13.
It will be a failure. As you go ahead to see if you can maybe kind of pitch move them, Rabbit, go ahead and give me a survival roll as you go look for game.
All right.
You do not find. Inadvertently, you find a couple of board tracks, but no, you got the +1 from the +1. No, success. DC was 15. So actually, yeah. So as you're looking for game, as you're heading off, it's you're very close. You actually disturbed, and as the boar are running away from you, they're running to where Gilly wanted to be, but Gilly wasn't there quick enough. So they actually bolt in another direction. I'm gonna give you one more chance to give me a roll to acquire some game, Rabbit. Attack roll with a bow, or another skill that might be useful, you think, to get some game here for the dogs. What do you want to do?
I have the tracker's goggles equipped, so I get a +1 bonus to survival checks to sense, direction, and track.
You actually got 16 then. Either is you are tracking the boars. Tag them down. I want you to give me an attack roll or another roll to acquire the game.
I think an attack roll might be the best option in
Give it
this
to me.
case.
Give it to me.
Well, first gotta pick up my bow then.
You got it. It's fine. We're not in combat here, so just give me the attack roll.
Yeah.
Pack of wild boar, moving, and this would have been a critical hit if actually Gilly would have got the success. But as is, you find the game. It's a pack of a little bit wild boar, much more vicious than the dogs. So the dogs won't even approach these things, but you're able to get one that's a little bit slower, and you get the arrow. You loose the arrow. It flies through the air, while Gilly is behind you. Next to you is also going to be Graham. Raphael is, I guess, with Amiri and the other parts of the group. But your arrow flies true in the air, strikes one of the slower boars on the side. It collapses to the ground, and after a couple minutes, you're able to go. The rest of the boars are gone. The other dogs packs are kind of shadowing, following Amiri, Raphael, Lindsay, and Jathal. You acquire a little bit elderly, slow boar, which you can potentially use to dissuade the pack of dogs. What do you want to do?
We probably should skin the boar and put it on a campfire to cook it for them at least.
As you've downed the boar, we have two groups. We've got you, as well as Gilly and Graham. Then we have Jathal, Amiri, Lindsay, and Raphael. The pack of dogs, we'll see if they notice your down boar immediately. I want one of you to give me a d20 roll. 15 or more is fun.
Revit, go ahead.
Just a normal d20.
Yeah. This is what I use for luck rolls. 15 or more, and things happen. Okay.
Ah.
Amiri is keeping them away. Amiri is like, come on! And they're staying away from you right now. So you're able to go ahead and get the boar taken care of, cleaned, and you're able to get the meat and stuff like. So at this point, nighttime is falling. It is dark.
In trying to taunt, she intimidates instead.
Yeah. So it's falling towards night, but the pack of dogs are still there. As all of you are packing down. So how do you want to take care of the situation, all of you? The dogs are still here, but you got this boar, and you might be able to use it to get the dogs away.
We could cook half of it for ourselves and give the other half to the dogs.
Yeah, let's take the best parts and give the offal to the dogs. Like the carcass that we discard, so they can feed.
That would be the best course of action.
They're not scavengers. They're hungry, but if we just give them the leftovers, that might just incite them to be actually aggressive.
No, like just the best parts for the meal today, and the rest they can have it. Well, of course, it's a lot of meat.
I do like the theory that Dorifer brought on. So I'm gonna have you do a nature roll to have these animals be essentially dissuaded from investigating you, investigating the food. If you want to give them all the food, it'll be a much lower DC than if you want to give them the scraps. You're the one that's cooking the food, Rabbit. What do you do?
I'd say because we killed the boar basically to dissuade the dogs, like most of the boar should go to the dogs at least. But then again, just cooking up some parts of the boar for rations would be a good idea as well.
I'll give you one more 7 days worth of rations for the boar.
For the whole?
Yeah. If you keep it. So either you keep it one more 7 days worth of rations for the boar, and I'll give it to, if you use this boar, I'll give everyone that eats from it a D4 temporary HP. Or you can give the full boar to the dogs and have a much lower chance of having them be interested in all of you. Shut up, phone. I'm not talking to you. What do you think? What do you want to do?
I think we probably did this to placate the dogs, right? Like,
Yeah.
if that was our stated goal, let's go with it. Even though probably Gilly would really enjoy like a boar feast.
I mean, so you,
Like-
you got a fire, you got boar meat and everything, and then you have your just like little bit of bread and dried
Hardtack.
rations, hardtack.
Yeah.
You're like, you're gonna give all that to them?
Just like a sliver, maybe just a bit. Just like
Oh,
one leg.
we can always just hunt for more boar, of course. But the dogs following us is
Yeah,
currently the problem.
Let's do it tomorrow. And Gilly is
Whatever the
defense.
circumstances, they haven't had much luck hunting so far. Led them to this, so I assume we'll have an easier time than they will.
Yeah, and Gilly will probably be dreaming of like maybe they will like us. It will have.
As
some
I'm,
dogs following us.
as Raphael is like making all these points to why we should give more meat to the dogs, their stomach growls.
All right. So we'll give the full carcass to the dogs.
Yeah.
Robin, give me a nature or survival roll. Let's be a much lower DC because you gave them the full meat. Actually, don't roll. I'll roll it for you because we might have a random encounter if it comes in. Which one do you want to use?
Both nature and survival are at +3 for me.
Which one do you want to use?
Nature.
Night falls. To make this for expediency, all of you are going to be keeping watch. And I'm going to say that all of you individually are doing watch. I'm going to see on whose potential watch things might be interesting. Raphael.
Yep.
During the night, during your watch, you have the campfire in front of you, burning. Most of your companions are asleep. Amir's asleep. Lindsay's asleep. Jathal is asleep, even though she's undead. You do know that a couple hours ago, the group of you, Mibra himself, went out and put the carcass meat away from the camp, far enough away to have them be not investigating the camp. As night falls, the cloud cover covers the moon, bathing the landscape in no more moonlight illumination and just a pitch black landscape. You do have, I do believe, dark vision, so you can see clearly out. So you can see the carcass. You watch as the dogs come scurrying across the landscape. More of them now. There's about 12 of them. And you see that they are moving towards the campsite. All of you have set up. And then a couple of them see and smell the carcass. They start yapping, banging. They start going to the carcass. The rest of them start moving. And even though you had about 4 or 5 heading towards the campsite, because of the carcass set out, they all move and scavenge and grab the carcass and pull it away. And after a couple of minutes, there's no more dogs around any of your sites. And this does move on to you not having to deal with these animals at all.
That must have been like a very tense few minutes, just out of the darkness, sounds of dogs.
All right.
Oh god.
Fall down on my back.
And I believe the 27th of Klistral, a few days out from Brestov, you're about, what's that, 1224? You're about 48 miles away from Rostov, just outside the limits of Nivacta's Crossing, where Magar Barn went to the south. To the west of you, you can see the Cascading Falls, where the rivers kind of meet. You're on the South Rossland Road, head towards Oleg's, which is you're about a little bit less than halfway there. And it's a sunny sky as your journey into the Stolen Lands is progressing. And I think for today, since I'm going to be a little busy today, I'm going to call the session there.
Nice. Before we forget, I think Graham gets a few hit points back from 2 long rests.